everybody is doing well. My name is Altin. This is 440 Boston podcast, and this is our fourth episode. And then we got another 4,000 more episodes to go. So prep well. Let's go for it. I wish each and every one of you happy holidays. And then I hope that 2025 is the best year for you and your families. And then what we're going to talk about today. Got some coffee. What we're going to talk about today, the topics that we're going to talk about it. We got I had a different plan for New Year. I was going to talk about Times Square, but before I go to the Times Square, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the wildfires in LA. It's going crazy, unbelievable over there. I'm going to give you a little glimpse of what's going on those. And then I got Times Square, I got President-elected, give you a little glimpse about President-elected Donald J. Trump. I got a terrorist attack in New Year's Eve on early New Year's Day in Bourbon Street in New Orleans. I got the other attack, terrorist attack at the Trump Tower in Las Vegas, the Trump Tower Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. What else I got? I got the other topic. It's about the president, the ceremony that was held for the president, Jimmy Carter. He died at 100 years old. He died on December 29th, 2024. So those 20 days got so much to talk about in those 20 days. You know, it's a lot going on, you know what I mean? It's a lot going on in America, you know, for the government, and then a lot of topics to go through. And then it's Jimmy Carter, just like I said, is the 39th president of America. He lived to see 100 years old. He was a president from 1977, I think, to 1981. We're going to go through that too, pros and cons on him. And let's start. How are we going to start? We're going to start with the I cannot go at Times Square without saying something about the wildfires in Los Angeles in California. You know what I mean? Palisades. What's going on there? I got some pictures, everything. It's going ballistic there, man. It's everything. It's crazy. See what's going on. Firefighters having a lot of issues also with the fire hydrants. You know, it's not a lot of water. They fighting so hard, but everything is out of control. Everything is out of control. Look what I got here. I got some stats that I just pulled it out. The Los Angeles wildfires are on track to be the costliest in the U.S. history, with some analysts projecting economic losses from 50 billion to 150 billion. Can you imagine? It's like unbelievable. Let me show you the map here. I've been in LA. I was in the California state. We did a vacation couple weeks with my wife. I told you guys before, with my family. You know what I mean? And we scanned the whole California from Sierra Mountains down to San Diego. As you see here in the map, those are the Palisades. See that it's a neighborhood in Los Angeles County. We were staying in Beverly. It's just right on the corner there, Beverly Hills. We're staying, and we drove to Santa Monica. It's beautiful, Santa Monica Boulevard there. And then going to Santa Monica Pier. And then we were driving through here, you know what I mean, to the Palisades, going to the Malibu Palisades. It's known for most beautiful and most expensive homes most beautiful and most expensive homes in the world, not in California only, in the world, man. You can see some mansions there from 30 to 50 million dollars. You have in Pasadena also fire. There in Pasadena, you have fire in Calabasas, Malibu. You know what I mean? As you see here in the map, look at here, Kenneth fires, but Palisades is like unbelievable. There, everything is going off the hook. There is going nuts. You know, on the Palisades are some of the biggest movie stars have houses there. Well, there's the guy from New Hampshire, his house got burned. Guy from New Hampshire, our guy actually, who is it? Is Adam Sandler. I forgot his name. Adam Sandler, that movie Happy Gilmore. His house got burned, and then who else? Jamie Lee Curtis. Who else? A lot of names. Hilton, the girl, Paris Hilton, house got burned, and then a lot of movie stars that I some of them just came, but I missed some names. What else is it? Malibu is starting; it's on fire too, and then the fire is going to Calabasas. Yesterday, the Kardashian family moved out of the Calabasas. They evacuated. I've been in Malibu. I've been in Calabasas. Very, very beautiful, beautiful Calabasas neighborhood. It's unbelievable. I really loved it. We stopped there for coffee or something. You know, the whole Pacific coast. It's a beautiful, gorgeous. When I say gorgeous, I never seen such a thing more beautiful than Pacific Oceans. It's amazing at the Big Sur, at the Route 1 going from San Francisco at Highway 1 going to Big Sur. My God, I thought I was in a movie too. Most beautiful ever experience, you know. So just like I said, it's apocalyptic fires. Donald Trump the other day asked for the Governor Newsom, asked him to resign, and then they were going back and forth. You know, he's not performing well, they saying, and the Governor Newsom came on live TV, and he said he went on live TV and he invited Donald Trump, President-elect Donald Trump, to visit California now to see what's going on himself, you know. But they saying, everybody is saying and complaining about it, Governor Newsom, and how they performing there, how they handling everything. You know what I mean? Having problems with the water, just like I said, water hydrants doesn't have water. The firefighters are fighting so hard, and it's just a problem with the water. But let me tell you something. Joe Rogan, 2 days ago, who lost the house there? Before I go to there, who lost the house there? The house. Mel Gibson was 2 days ago at Joe Rogan podcast, and as they going through, let me tell you something about Mel Gibson. I really like it. Check his podcast, that episode. Check the episode that he had with Mel Gibson. In one night, he went like 3 million views. I really love seeing Mel Gibson talking, how he held the conversation, than see Robert De Niro. I know Robert De Niro is bigger, like a movie star, but Mel Gibson is a bigger movie star too. But the way he handled in the conversation, he told Joe Rogan, look, he said, as we speak right now, my house is burning. You know what I mean? My house is burning, he's saying, you know. And Rogan asked him, where are you going to go now? You know what I mean? Because none of them is happy in the way how Governor Newsom is handling all the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's very, 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 it's getting out of the hand. He should be prepping for that long time ago. And in July, I think Joe Rogan said he had a guy there that he was in the podcast. I don't think it was Donald Trump that he was talking about. He was talking about he was talking with some, had in a conversation with some other guy. He used to be a high ranking in the fire departments there in big offices in LA, and he said like, look, Joe, he was in a retired right now. He was retired, but he said, look, Joe, with the right wind, it's just because those heat that comes from Santa Clara or Santa Ana, California, that wave heat that comes with the right wind. If the fire starts a little, the whole Los Angeles gonna be burned. And look at now where we are, apocalyptic fire. It's like unbelievable, unbelievable. He said like this, with the right wind, everything is gonna turn to ashes, and we can do a damn thing about it. He said, can do nothing, nothing about it. They were waiting those 3 4 days. They were waiting for Friday, for yesterday, because they were checking the weather with a satellite, and they saw that the wind is gonna drop down, so it doesn't go any further. You know what I mean? But you never know. Weather change from minute to minute. You know what I'm saying? But it's like my heart and my soul goes with all the families in Los Angeles County right now. In Los Angeles County are like 36,000 36,000 square, not square, 36,000 acres burned, 14 people dead, 13,000 buildings burned. Do you know what that means? 14,000 buildings burned, home and institution, like, you know what I mean? Like, burned, like stores, commercial spaces, like gone. Gone neighborhood, the whole Palisade neighborhood, it's gone, man. Gone. It's unbelievable. I can't hold it, but just like I said, my heart and my soul go with their families. And then you have reporters on the fields there. You know, I mean, in Palisade, Malibu, Calabasas, you had reporters there. You know what I mean, news guys. Reporting live, and they asking the guys that grow up there. You know what I mean, and on those neighborhoods, like, what you took out of the home. Do you have time to take something out? They say like only a photo album and a pet, like a dog or a cat if they have. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking. I'm very. I feel very bad for the situation. Me and my family keep talking for like 4 days because we've been there. We saw the neighborhoods, and then it's unbelievable and out of hand. You know what I mean? And then because they have all memories there. And then guess what? It's a conspiracy going around. All the insurance companies, they say it's a conspiracy. Allegedly, they drop all the fire insurance for the homes. They dropped it 3 months ago. We don't need this. We cannot handle it. We cannot handle fire insurance. I mean, like, now, can you believe it? None of them gonna get money from the insurance. None of them is gonna get money from the insurance. It's unbelievable. So they have to start from scratch. And everyone is saying, oh, they're rich, they're this and that. It's not about they're rich. It's the whole neighborhood is burned. It's where they have their memories, their childhood memories. All the personal items are gone. Whatever they have, they grow up on that area. It's like, what to explain, man? It's like out of hand. It's like unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. And then besides that, you see me, I'm just talking a little slow and things, but I've been very sick for a month. And I'm gonna tell each and every one of you, dressed up well, because it's very bad out there. I never been this sick in my entire life. I had one when I had the COVID three years ago. When was the COVID breakout? That was so bad. I passed it. Was bad, but this this one everybody is talking about this. It's like a mixture. It's a mixture of COVID, because COVID is around. It's not that hard like before. It's a little diluted, weaker, but it's mixture of COVID because it's still around. I heard in the radio. It's mixture of COVID with flu. My throat's hurt, my head, my back, my esophagus, my I don't know what to tell you. I'm totally blocked, and it's been going for a month. So please watch out. Watch out, because it's very, very bad. I was the other day, because I thought usually when you have a flu in 3 days, 4 days, you see some improvements, you know what I mean? And you don't bother with doctors and the things. And we as Albanians, we are like, if we don't have a foot in the ground, like in the to bury us, we never go to the doctor. We wait for that last moment before we go to the doctor. Now waiting for 3 weeks to see, because maybe it's gonna never change. It's like oh my god, it's like a cancer. It's like crazy one. So I'm telling you, just dress up well, stay warm, try to beat it, don't get it, don't stay too close with each other wherever you work or something. The co-fellas at my work, they're crazy, because I was working, and then now everybody, I had to go to work to provide for my family, so everyone got it on my job site. Then I'm still in Gloucester working. Anyway, be careful out there. I got some antibiotics, you know what I mean, but still I'm feeling a little better, but not 100%. Maybe I'm like 70 right now. That's why I'm all filled up. Maybe you can see it in my voice. It's a little harder. Anyway, so going back to the wildfires, just like I said, my heart goes to their families. You know what I mean? Wishing them the best, and to see pass through those difficult times. You know what I'm saying? And then probably I'll do an episode when everything is over to give some stats and facts, like whatever happens there, you know what I mean, to get some more info, and then to go to do another episode. You know what I'm saying? Next, what's the next topic? I said we got New Year's Eve, the Times Square. The Times Square. Now, I'm going to continue with Times Square, but another big thing before I go to the Times Square and the New Year's Eve, which I'm going to connect it to what happened in New Orleans in Berber Street. But let me give you a little glimpse what happened to President, what happened yesterday. Just like I said, those 20 days are very busy in America. Another thing before I go to the New Year is that yesterday, on the Friday 10th of 2025 at 9:30 a.m. I was waiting for a week, was the hush money case for the president-elected Donald J. Trump. Judge did not impose any punishment and issued what's called an unconditional discharge. So she found him guilty. President Trump was found guilty, but but the judge did not impose any punishment and issued what's called an unconditional discharge. But he remained convicted felon. So President Trump appeared virtually before the New York judge with his attorney from Mar-a-Lago home in West Palm Beach. Trump will have a criminal record, but will not face prison time or probation. Manhattan jury convicted Trump in 2024 on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records, retaliated to a payment to bury affair allegations that threatened to cloud his 2016 presidential run. And his attorney will appeal the decision when he's in White House. And he's going to be the first president to have to be sitting in the office as a convicted felon. Now, that's it for Trump. We're going to go back because we got we got a lot going on with President Trump. He's gonna hold a rally. I'm gonna go through that a little later, but he got a rally that he's gonna hold on 19th at the Wizard Stadium in Washington D.C. and then he got sworn. Next day he's gonna so the rally is gonna be on 19 and he's gonna sworn on 20. You know what I mean? He's gonna sworn to the office on the 20th and inauguration date. Now, going to the other topic, Times Square, New York City. Times Square, New York City, I'm going to give you some facts about the Times Square. It's called Times Square because it was named after New York Times newspaper, which built the headquarters there between Broadway and 7th Avenue and 42nd and 43rd Street in the early 1900s. First festivities for the Times Square festivities was held on 1907 to welcome 1908. This first event was organized by the owner of New York Times, Adolph Ox, as a successor to a series of New Year's Eve fireworks display he held at the building to promote its status as the new headquarters of the Times. While the ball itself was designed by Artcraft Strauss. The ball in Times Square is a part of New Year's Eve celebration, commonly referred as a ball drop, and is located on the roof of the One Times Square. The first ball in 1907, when it was created, was like a wood ball with some lights in it. This one right now, it's like it was like 5 feet diameter back then. Now it's 12-foot diameter. You know what I mean? And it has like 3,000 crystal lights in it. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna tell you a little story about the Times Square. I've been there, done that. Was the early 2000 was a really bad situation because it was after September 11, around about that time. September 11, where the Twin Towers terrorist attack on Twin Towers. But my wife, we've been through some difficult times. My wife was like, let's go have some fun. Got some iced coffee here. My wife has said like, let's have some good time. And then on Christmas Eve morning, woke up really early at 5 in the morning, heading to New York. Back then it was taking like 3 hours and a half. Now it's like maybe you're lucky to do it in 5 hours. It's a lot of traffic, and then it's not the same cars. More cars on the roads right now. You know what I mean? And then we got in New York around 9 o'clock in the morning, parked the car in the parking garage. Back then it was like $20, I think $25 for the whole day. We paid like 50, I think, because we paid like 25 for that day, and then we pick up the car next day, you know what I mean, on the New Year's Day, and then we paid for 2 days like $50. Anyway, got out of the parking garage, go to the McDonald's. There was 9 o'clock in the morning, going to McDonald's there, and then eating some food and going a little bit around, and then city workers working, and the police, all the streets were closed. Man, that's what is the preparation when you're expecting a lot of people, because that's what I said. I want to connect this with terrorist attacks in New Orleans. When you're expecting so many people for festivities, doesn't matter. It is Times Square, or it is Bourbon Street in New Orleans. Bourbon Street in New Orleans is like New York. It's like Times Square, man. Festivities go there for days. Festivities all the time. You got people, tourists all the time. It's very famous street. So you prep for it. What they did at Times Square. Maybe 3,000, 4,000 city workers, police everywhere, National Guards. You know, just like I said, it was after Twin Towers attack. Choppers up in the sky, like helicopters everywhere. So I say choppers, helicopters everywhere, checking with the cameras. It was like, man, was a most secure placed on Earth at that night, a most secure place on planet Earth that night, uh, for festivities at Times Square, New Year's Eve. What they did, that they create some squares with barricades, metal barricades, like 4 foot barricades. They did it in squares and leave corridors so police can walk, like little corridors, so they can walk, they can keep track of everybody. Police, I'm telling you, man, maybe 2 million police guys. Not 2 million, but that's how much was, maybe two police for one guy. You know what I mean? And was like, cause like 1 million people held those, average held those, go to the Times Square for festivities. Beautiful, it's a very beautiful. We got on those squares that they created, the city workers. We got there. Let me tell you, around 12 o'clock, 12 at noon. From 12 at noon. Let me tell, we were front row there, MTV right there. You know what I mean? You can see everybody. It was like you were touching all those movie stars and wherever was there, singers. You know what I mean? Front row there. Got there at 12 at noon. Inside, so from 12 at noon to 12 at midnight when the ball was dropped. 12 hours not eating, not drinking, no bathroom. Those are the cons. Was unbelievable. Unbelievable. You asking me to do it again? I'm not gonna do it. Did I love it when I did it? I loved it. I loved it. I was very young. I loved it. Right now, no, I cannot. I cannot do that again, man. But whoever wants to go there, those are the pros and cons. The cons is like it's no bathroom. Answer, if you get in the square there in your cage, kinda can't get out anymore. If you get out, you're gonna see yourself 3 miles down the road. You cannot be there inside that square anymore. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Just like I said, I'm still a little sick. Sorry again. You cannot get it. Was like porta potties right outside the perimeter of the squares that they built for us. You cannot get, just like I said, if you go outside there, a lot of police, they even if you talk with them, you're not gonna hear you. It's so much noise. The fun, 12 hours, you cannot go to the bathroom. Some people, they saying they were in some people, they saying they were in what is those little things that the kids wear, a bebelino, the diapers. Diapers, they were in diapers, you know what I mean? Because it's like you can't go anywhere out. You're locked in there, man. Only if you go out and leave. Anyway, was beautiful, amazing experience, amazing experience. I'm telling you, who's there? A lot of entertainers go there that night. Was it was Ashton Kutcher? Was a pajama party at MTV. It was Ashton Kutcher, uh, Brittany Murphy, rest in peace. Who is that? Sway, Lala, uh, Blackjack, singers, Foo Fighters, Avril Lavigne, a lot of other singers. I can't remember now, but anyway, Justin Timberlake, DJ Clue, Foo Fighters. Uh, yeah, a lot of was beautiful. It was really entertaining. Uh, Now at 12 o'clock, look at this beautiful thing that I'm going to share with you guys. At 12 o'clock, ball dropped, which was amazing. Everybody was yelling and screaming and kissing with each other and hugging each other. You know what I mean? Before I go to that, I'm going to share this. We were surrounded with people, with a lot of young people from the old young, same age as us back then. You name it, Germany, California, Arizona, Italy, Greece, England, you name it, Spain, you know, sounds like the whole world was there. The beauty about it is that I don't know how they learn about it, but they have, I don't know how they learn about it, but they have, was a nice night, very, very light, chilly, but we couldn't feel it because we were like packed with each other. But those guys, I don't know, how do they know? Maybe they had some info before. They all have blankets and they have cards. They were playing little stools. They were playing with each other because they're coming 5, 6 guys together. It's like friends, friends mostly. I didn't see much family while were surrounding me. Anyway, let's go back. We got ball dropped. We got out of the squares. I saw this Chinese place. We like crazy to go to the restrooms. We entered to the Chinese place to eat something because 12 hours no restroom, 12 hours no food, no water. We entered to this Chinese place. It was 12 to 10. Very busy there. Get inside, finish what we had to do, get some food, sit there for like, let me tell you, 20 minutes probably. The Chinese place was right there in Times Square, right there where all the action happened. So we didn't walk much. Excuse me. We walked out. We walked out of the Chinese place. Maybe it was 12:30, 12:40. Those 30 minutes, man, the whole Times Square was clean, like neat, like everything beautiful and perfect. Like I was like, was happening here? The whole show and everything was somewhere else. Man, it was nothing on the street. Was nothing on the street. You know what I mean? The whole barricades were moved from the city workers. They cleaned everything like 20 minutes, man, 30 minutes. Everything was beautiful, like nothing was held there. I was like, wow, we're looking at each other, me and my wife. Nothing in there, nobody there. Was like no people, nothing. It was just me and my wife and some other guys like walking around. Anyway, head to the car, grab the car. I told my wife, let's head out of Manhattan, you know what I mean? As soon as we get to Connecticut, in the border there, because it's New York is like next to Connecticut, you know what I mean? And then we entered Connecticut and we're looking for a hotel. I said, like, I don't feel like driving 4 hours now, you know what I mean? Let's see for a hotel, you know what I mean? It was like 1 at night, 1 a.m. Let's look for a hotel. The thing was that between Christmas Eve and New Year Day, they don't know, hotels don't know what the rates is gonna be on the rooms. They don't know the hotel rates. Even the front desk guys don't know. So we entered 2 hotels. It's like no rooms. Like I cannot give a room to you. I don't know the prices yet. What's gonna be the rates? What's gonna be? I was like, where are we gonna go? We gotta sleep somewhere. I was begging. We went to this Hampton Inn or Holiday Inn. I was begging this front desk lady. I remember her faces now. And then she's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what the rates is gonna be. I can't. It doesn't allow me to give you a room. I said, stick me somewhere, but it's liability. You know, they don't want to do this. They don't want to take responsibilities because he might lose the job next day. She helped us. She put us in a room. She held my credit card. And then next morning, on 31st, the same room was like for $100. The next morning it went for 120. I was like, no problem, get them $5 or $10 tips. You know what I mean? And just I appreciate what you did for us last night. And so jump in the car, come home. So loved it. Just like I said, really loved it. We had a really great time. But I give you pros and cons. It was more pros, but anyway, let me give you another one. The years that the ball didn't drop. Which years the ball didn't drop in Times Square? It was 1942, 1943. That was during World War II to protect the city from attacks and also due to wartime lightning restriction during the World War II. Now, besides what I told you, the security was in a high alert back then, and it's in a high alert, you know what I mean, when you have those so big festivities, you know what I mean, they're going around your town, you have to have a top-notch security, national guards, you know what I mean, choppers checking from out there with the night vision cameras, you know what I mean, the police everywhere, city workers, special forces, you know what I mean, prep for everything, for everything. Look at what happened in New Orleans in New Year's Day, man. Unbelievable, unbelievable what happened. And then guess what? What the city did. Instead of they have those 700 pound, the city of New Orleans municipal has those 700 pounds barricades, steel barricades, very heavy, to surround the whole area, so whatever happens they don't have like to block the city street. To block the city street, they didn't put it on, man, that night. They didn't put it on. They put it after the attack. They put it the next morning. How worthy is that? You know what I mean? It's just like those, you put a stop sign. We see that everywhere. They put, the city put stop sign after 2-3 accidents in the intersection. And then they put a traffic light or the stop sign. Nobody. You have to take responsibilities and do everything as it is before something might happen. You know what I mean? Do your part of the job. Now, let's go a little deep into it. What happened on Bourbon Street in New Orleans? I'm going to give you a little glimpse about Bourbon Street. Bourbon Street, New Orleans is 15 blocks long street in downtown. The street dates back to 1718 when New Orleans was founded by Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne. And it was the French engineer Adrien Lepauget that laid out the streets of New Orleans in 1721. And he named it after the French royal family ruling at that time, which was Rue Bourbon. Bourbon Street has been nightlife hub since shortly after the Civil War. First, first Bourbon Street was only for men, and on arrival of dinner clubs in 1920s drew couples too, so it was made for everyone. Now, going to the terrorist attack, it happened around 3:15 a.m. on New Year's Day. The man responsible for the deadly truck attack on Bourbon Street is identified as Shamsuddin Jabbar. Look at Jabbar. This is the Bourbon Street attacker, man. Jabbar. He was inspired by ISIS. Jabbar is 42 years old. And then FBI said that in the summer, last summer, he flew to Middle East. I forgot which state he flew in, which country, and he became a member of ISIS. He's a US-born citizen from Texas. He was a US Army veteran who lived in Houston. And he has a rental there in Houston, and he got out of the rent. He told the guy who rented the house from him that he was going. You know, he didn't need the house anymore. The FBI said he posted several videos to online platform before the attack proclaiming his support for ISIS. Also on Facebook, he put a post up saying, little shortly before the attack, he put a post on, just like 10 minutes before, you know, he put a post on Facebook saying that he joined ISIS last summer. Jabbar was not on FBI watch list. The Ford pickup truck was rented via the Turo car sharing app in Texas. What's Turo? Turo, it's just like for homes, it's Airbnb. That's what I rented for Christmas, before Christmas. That's how I rented the townhouse in the Loon Mount. It's via Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? Everybody rents through Airbnb. They don't own houses, but they can get you a house, the Airbnb company. That's how it is right now. Turo doesn't own cars, but they can get you a car. What is it? I have, say, like I have 4 cars, for example. Two of them I rent it on Turo, and people come to my house and get it from me. You know what I mean? It's like a sharing app, sharing cars with each other. You know what I mean? To help people get in a car here and there. And then that was in the early morning of New Year's Day. 14 people were killed, plus him, 15. He exited from the vehicle after he was plowing. He entered the street, Bourbon Street in New Orleans, and he was plowing the whole people that been there. You know what I mean? And the car crashed crashed somewhere in the store or in the barricade there. And then when the car was he exited when the car was crashed, he exited from vehicle and fired upon local enforcement, FBI said. 2 law enforcement officers were wounded. The attacker was struck by police fire and declared dead at the scene. They were exchanging fires with each other. Brave police officers there, man. They stood up, and then shooting the gunman and this terrorist Jabbar guy, you know what I mean? And he was pronounced declared dead at the scene. What is it? What is it about him? And then let me tell you something about the technology, because FBI was going through all the cameras in the street, and they saw him. He was there a month earlier checking the street, and he had, because he was planning to put bombs, like artisanal bombs, like those guys did here. What was it? 15 years ago was the attack in the Boston Marathon. 13 years ago. I don't remember with Sarnaya brothers they did there with some pressure cooking bombs. You know what I mean? They did it on the marathon, and this guy was prepping also some self-made bombs. You know what? But he didn't use them. Wasn't excuse me. I think FBI said that they found it at the rental. Excuse me, at the rental home that he had them there, but he didn't put anywhere bombs in the Bourbon Street. But a month ahead, he was there checking the whole area, and he had Meta glasses on. Meta is I think, is the mothership for Facebook, WhatsApp, and who else Facebook on Meta owns the Instagram, Telegram, I think, owned by Meta, from Mark Zuckerberg, and he had the AI glasses on, the Meta glasses on. You know what I mean? Meta glasses. That's why the man with the technology, it's unbelievable. He won it because it's like you press and you record in real time and you go live, whatever happened. And he had those glasses on that day too, because he was planning, they say, to record everything, to air everything live, to stream it live on his Facebook page, to show what he was gonna do, that he was gonna plow when he plows in the people on the streets there. Unbelievable, isn't it? Sick people, sick. Now, what happened? Same day, his attack was at 3:15 a.m. and same day, so in the New Year's Day, so was like around 5 hours and a half later, Tesla Cybertruck exploded at the Trump Tower. Look at the Trump Tower Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The trucker, so was right. The truck exploded right at the front lobby, outside lobby, and where the revolving doors are. And the front door is at the Trump Tower and Casino there. It was like around 8:40 a.m. and burst in flames right at the front door entrance. The driver was identified as 37-year-old Matthew Allen Livensberger, an active duty U.S. Green Beret. He was out of North Carolina. He was that was in the U.S. Green Beret. He was an Army Special Force Master Sergeant. He was on active duty in Germany with 10 Special Forces Group. He was suffering from PTSD, police said. PTSD is stress disorder. I mean, they saying this is a big problem in military now. All the soldiers are like having problems with like PTSD, stress disorder, and stress disorder, and it's a huge problem in military. Elon Musk, who is the also a top Trump advisor, instead on his platform as that the explosion had nothing to do with the vehicle. Explosion, he said, was caused by very large fireworks and or bomb carried in the bed of the rented truck, plus gasoline containers and a couple gasoline tanks. But was no bomb found there. Just like I said, the bombs were found in artisanal bombs. Homemade bombs were found at his rental property in Houston. Meanwhile, in New York City and Chicago, extra police officers were added at Trump International Tower hotels to control the perimeter of the building to keep the public and the traffic further away from the buildings. Now, similarities, if you see it, similarities, you see that look at the Trump Tower here in Vegas. It's beautiful. I've been in Vegas. I was in 2023. But if you see the truck here, see the truck exploded in upper parts, you know what I mean? On top, on the roof, you know, and nothing on the sides. And everybody's saying, what a commercial for Tesla. You know what I mean? But Tesla cars are very, see, can explode on the sides. Nothing was breaking on the glass. You know, on the front outside lobby there, no glass doors was blasted or something. You know what I mean? Everything was safe. Nothing happened. It was just the trunk, but just the truck. But look at nothing on the side. It's just on the top parts because it has glass and it's not that armored on the top. You know what I mean? So that's why it exploded on the top part. You know, and nothing on the sides because if you see some videos on the if you see some videos on YouTube and reels on the or Facebook reels, you know, you can see the guys there on those trucks, you know, they hit it with a slam hedger on the sides, and then they have a scratch on it. They're so well built, you know what I mean? But when it exploded on the roof of the truck, you know what I mean, they saying the people, they were staying in a hotel, they felt the vibration on the window all the way up to 40th floor. You know what I'm saying? It was a big, huge explosion. Anyway, now I'm gonna give you similarities both for Jabbar 42 and Matthew 37. Matthew Allen was his name. 37 they both have served at a military base formerly known as Fort Bragg in North Carolina. Both been in Afghanistan at the same time, but there had been no crossovers in their duties. They may be, because Fort Bragg, it's North Carolina, it's like 5,000 soldiers in there, you know, and staff members. But they say they never been crossover in their duties or there, you know what I mean? They maybe seen each other on the club or in the coffee shops, or had the cars. Both they have the cars rented from Turo. That I explain what is it, app, rental car app. But so far no connection. But investigation not ruling anything out. They're not finding any connection between each other. You know what I mean? They've been in Afghanistan, just like I said, in the same time, but who knows, they still like. But on this guy is the conspiracy that is connected to this guy, the Matthew Allen Leversburg, the casino explosion at the Trump Tower casino. He was very, besides that, he was very, I have to mention this. He was very huge Trump supporter, and I don't know how he ended up. Everybody was like, even a friend of his on email, he explained like, I don't know how he ended up doing this, because he on Facebook, Instagram, he was showing very big support for Donald Trump, president elected, and then everybody was shocked, even his wife. And then the conspiracy behind it is that he got burned in the truck, on the explosion. But at the morgue, his wife said that it's her husband. He identified him as her husband because he has a tattoo in his chest and in his arm, and she said it's him, it's his tattoos. And then, but the thing is that he has a son, I think 13 years old. I'm not pretty sure, I didn't check, but I know he has a son, but I don't know pretty sure about his age. He has his son, and his son, they did a DNA on his son and him, and then allegedly they saying they don't share the same, the DNA doesn't match. So I don't know about it. I'm gonna let you know more about it when I have more details, because FBI and police enforcement in Las Vegas working really hard to bring it to the light. I don't know if we're gonna know much about it, or it's gonna end up right here. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it's unbelievable. You know what I mean? It's very, very unbelievable and strange. The Trump Tower in the Trump Tower here, it's right on the strip in Las Vegas. It's right on the strip where on the other side, it's in the other side of strip there is like Wayne Resort and Casino, which all the major casinos are. It's a very beautiful place. Well, it's Wayne Casino Resort. It's Encore. We got Encore here in Boston. Was a Venetian Resort and Casino. It's a very beautiful area. And then the other thing that I want to mention about this guy, because he planned his attack, he used to plan his attack AI ChatGPT to plan the whole thing. See where we going with this AI thing? The Jabba used the meta glasses, to put everything, stream it live, which it didn't happen, thanks God, And then this guy planned the whole attack in AI, used AI to plan the attack, the chat GPT. You know what I mean? It's the AI era, got pros and cons. That's why those big shot guys are worried about scientists and everything, that gonna change AI, gonna change everything. They saying those 10 years, not even 10, but those 5 years, but probably from now, 2025 to 2030, 2024, a lot of big changes gonna happen. A lot of big changes in with the AI. Savhem, just like I said, we have pros and cons, have the bads and the goods together. Anyway, from this topic, we're gonna go to the other one, which next is Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter, what we know about President Jimmy Carter? Jimmy Carter, he was the 39th president of the United States of America. He served from, just like I said, from 77 to 81, only 4 years. He died on December 29, 2024, at 100 years old. Longest lived president in US history. As a president, on his second day in office, Carter pardoned all Vietnam War draft evaders. Now, what I was gonna say about President Carter, he had the ceremony was held 3 days ago. I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. It was on Wednesday, I think. I think it was on 9th, on Thursday. Anyway, in Washington, D.C., 5 of the U.S. presidents were there. Who was there? And it's beautiful. The thing that I'm going to share with you now. Who was there? Was Joe Biden front row seat with Jill Biden right on the front row there. Next to him was Vice President Kamala Harris with her husband. Behind them was former President Bill Clinton with former First Lady and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And then you had Obama, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama was not there, and you had President Trump, and then on his left side was First Lady Melania Trump. But the good thing, that the most beautiful thing that I noticed was, look at Obama and Trump. They sharing thoughts, talking with each other, laughing. They called each other both alpha males, both top-notch guys, both look at sharing, next to each other there. Before on the, isn't that beautiful picture? Amazing, I love it. Look at buddy, they saying to each other, whatever happened behind that door there when we are in, where we are in rallies. I called you, what I called you, Hitler, threat to democracy, is a Nazi, it's this and that. And you, and on the other side, Trump was saying Obama never, on his rallies in 2016, he was saying about him that he didn't born in US, why he didn't show us his birth certificate and this and that. But look what they saying, whatever happened on behind those doors, totally different thing. We enter here, we act like grown-up men, like alpha men, which Trump is bigger alpha man than him right now in this position. He shook hands, what I love, with, they shook hands each other. Say like that's it. And then what happened? On front of them was Kamala Harris. She turned her hand. She saw them so happy, talking and having fun with each other. And she was like, man, she was like poker faced, and she don't know what to do. The face impression can tell everything. She was like ready to pull her hair down. Nobody shook hands with President-elected Donald Trump besides Obama. Barack Obama. Look at it's a 1,000-word picture, man, that tells everything. I really loved it. Now, let's go back to Jimmy Carter. That was in the ceremony there. His ceremony in Washington, D.C. Now, on 2002, let's go back to him. On 2002, he was awarded the 2002 Nobel Peace Prize for work to find peaceful solution to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights and promote economic and social development. President Carter's greatest achievement was the Camp David Accords. He promoted and helped form a peace agreement by which Egypt recognized Israel's rights to exit in exchange for the return of land of Sinai Peninsula. So I'm gonna recognize you, but you're gonna give me my land back. So Israel giving land time to time, the Sinai Peninsula. Changes that he faced, President faced during his presidency. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, which took place 1 month after Iranian militants stormed at the US Embassy in Tehran and took American hostages. Besides this crisis, Carter faced tons of domestic economic problems, including increasing gasoline prices, rising inflation, and rising unemployment. He found it difficult to meet Americans' high expectation. Now, Do you know who he put? Because inflation is going. I'm gonna tell you, like, talk about a little bit the inflation. He was the who was the president? Because uh, Carter has problem with, look at him, unemployment, just the same thing that we have in right now. So on 1970s, look what President Nixon did. He put executive orders out there. He signed the executive order for 3 months, 90 days. Nobody gonna touch the prices. That helped a lot to boost the economy. He signed executive order. That's what we needed it now. You know what I mean? To do President Biden, he should done 3 years ago. That's why we had that huge inflation. So what Nixon did, I'm gonna repeat it again. Listen, 3 months executive signed executive order. Nobody gonna touch the prices for homes, food, everything. Go now in the stop shop or whatever, market basket or Whole Foods, go now, $100 and nothing. Home prices through the roof, crazy, unbelievable. Everything, $20 is a tip right now. It's a nothing, it's worth it, nothing. Look at you, buy a iced coffee outside, it's like $5. You can't even buy a iced coffee. It's everything, it's ballistic, going through the roof and beyond. Can't talk about it. Now, what I want to do in my podcast, one of the goals I want to reach in my podcast, one of the goals is to create a bank account and to put it underneath every episode. And if you can click on it, to go through the bank account that we're gonna create, who everybody to donate $5, $10, me myself gonna donate to create a small account, but with access for everyone to see. So to see that money is not moving anywhere, or to do some movement or to blackmail anyone. I want everybody to see that money is there. Say like we have like $600 in account. Every and each one of you to bring a name for those new Albanian families that come to America. Brand new families, because just like I said, the prices are through the roof. Those families that coming from Albania to America for to start up a new life, with those prices, man, so hard, so hard. America is not like before, like 20 years ago. Not just America, but the whole world. Inflation is through the roof everywhere in the world. I just want to help those beginners, Albanian beginners, when they set foot in American soil, we to be there for them. Not with millions of dollars, but little bit here. They choose 3 families. How much money we have over there in the account? $600, $3,000. Pick 6 families. Buy groceries, $200-300 for a month. Help them for a month. Buy groceries. If we have a lot of money, let's pay the first month rent for them. Do you know what's going on with the rent right now? 2-bedroom apartment, good apartment in a good condition, just to be livable, just like everyone else. It's going $2,800 to $3,200 a month. 1-bedroom apartment, it's like $1,800 to $2,200, $2,300 a month. You have a studio for one person or 2 person for one couple. It's like $1,200, $1,400, $1,600. It's unbelievable. That's what my goal is, going back to that, to create this little bank account. We all to help and contribute to it, and everyone to see, so nobody can get blackmailed or something, like to see like unusual activities in it. Everything to be transparent, you know what I mean, so everybody to see, and then to help those guys, to help our Albanian fellow Albanians are gonna set foot on this soil. It's one of my goals. I don't know when I'm gonna start it, but I'm planning to start it soon. How soon, I don't know yet. I'm gonna put the plan together and then post it there, which I'm gonna let you guys know. Not big things. We can do big things, but even the small things count. What did Mother Teresa said? Our icon, that's an icon. What did Mother Teresa said? Our Albanian icon. That's why I'm mentioning it again. Albanian icon. That's an icon. Where she said, don't wait to do a big things, because you might do not have too much in your hands to do big things for your community. But you can do three, 2, 3 small things to help each other, and you're gonna feel very, very good about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't wait for huge things to happen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 small things, and it's gonna be really, really good for the community. So it's time to wrap up right now. I'm gonna leave you guys. They have a wonderful 2025 year. You know what I mean? And be a year to achieve all the things that you want to achieve in your life. You know what I mean? Be a great year for your family and friends. And then what else I was gonna say? Dress up well, stay warm, and then watch out for the flu season. You know what I'm saying? And then COVID-19 also. And then take care, everyone. And then I'll see you in 2 weeks in the next episode. Just like I said, it's every other week. Thank you very much. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the podcast, and keep writing. Not just on emails. I got tons of emails, but put it out there in comments so we can share thoughts together, not keep it just private. You know what I'm saying? And also, my email is, as you guys know, it's 440boston@gmail.com. Thank you very much, everyone.